He says, "Hi, Elliot. I enjoy playing blackjack and play in brick and mortar casinos in the UK. Most casinos are using shuffle machines. I prefer shoe games. What is your opinion on this matter?" Now, by shuffle machines, I'm assuming you're meaning continuous shuffle machines. So, um, as opposed to just an automatic shuffler that shuffles the shoe faster than, well, shuffles the shoe faster than a human could do it, right? So there's two sort of meanings. One is the CSM, the continuous shuffle machine, and essentially after every hand, you just recycle the cards into the shuffler. And the other is the automatic shuffle machine that will just shuffle a shoe so you can take the cards out and put them right back into play very quickly. And both are in very common use. There is essentially no problem whatsoever with the automatic shuffle machine if you are thinking that because a machine is shuffling this thing that somehow it's biased against the players. There are all sorts of conspiracy theories you can read about these machines on various message boards where people think that maybe they are ordering the cards in certain fashion that disfavors the player, that there's a so-called beast mode, and all you need to do is have the pit boss see you're winning too much, push a button and put the shuffler into beast mode and you'll never win again. So that is the conspiracy theory. I completely disavow that and wash my hands of that theory. And just to explain how that mode might work, though, for those of you who are wondering, if you are interested in the mechanics of cheating using an automatic shuffler, the idea would be that you would put a block of face cards and aces together. So the shuffler would take that six-deck shoe, and as it's shuffling, it would pick out, say, 20 faces and aces and pack them together. Now, as a player, you'd never really know that that was going to happen or where they might come out. But here's the scenarios. Either those cards, that block of faces and aces, is put behind the cut card, in which case you're just playing with a short shoe, or it's put somewhere where it'll come into play, in which case you don't know what that is. And when you go through that section, essentially you're looking at just a bunch of the counts getting lower and lower. So yeah, you have your min bet out, and you're looking at a bunch of pushes. So you're not even winning with all those good cards out there. So effectively, that also takes those cards out of play. You're not getting them when you have a high count, a running count, or when you double down or having the dealer bust more often. So that's the conspiracy theory. It is absolutely not true. And yeah, so the other one, the continuous shuffle machine, those are very common in casinos that are really concerned about card counting. So they might not have enough staff, enough surveillance, and they just want to keep the game going at as fast a pace as possible and not worry about card counting. Hole carding is definitely an issue with some of those machines. I have definitely spotted hole cards when the dealer did not properly know how to pull the cards out of the shuffle machine. So it can just happen where the person sort of sticks their thumb right under it as they pull out the card and lifts a little corner. You can see that happening sometimes. Some of these machines actually have a little lip where the card goes into a little tray and you have to lift the card over the lip to put it into play. So there's different styles of these machines, and some of them have ergonomic issues. There are also card counting issues with automatic shufflers. So in Asia, I have experienced firsthand during my work in game protection, large teams who attack via card counting automatic shufflers. The point being that there is typically, it's called latency, or a period of time before cards that were out of play come back into play. And that latency might be anywhere from about a half a deck, 26 cards, up to a full deck. I believe we were using a latency of 35 cards, which meant that if a card was dealt in a hand and then put back into the tray to be recycled into the cards that could come out, that because of the internal mechanics of the machine, that card would not be eligible to come out for 35 cards. And when you did that, you could find, using a very simple spreadsheet I created, that there were many, many situations where you had the edge. And the edge was never as large as you might get with ordinary blackjack card counting, where you're near the end of the shoe, but there were definite advantages that you could gain over the house. And there were teams, very high finance teams, who were card counting these. Now, Stephen Howe actually, I believe, published an article on his website, discountgambling.net, about the edge you could get against these machines. So this is a definite issue in game protection, even though these machines are designed explicitly to protect against card counting. So at any rate, those are the two types of shuffle machines and my sort of opinion of each one. So thanks, Mark, for your question.